Hi guys, Irit here, and I have extra video. Well, it's extra because I'm gonna post it on top of my weekly Saturday posts for Hip Kids. And yeah, let's get started. This video will actually have two process videos in it, so yeah, keep watching because at some point when I'm finished with this layout, there's going to be another layout. I'm really trying to use as much of my January kits before I start with the February kits. And yeah, I want to share and film as much as I can, even though it's very hard these days because I don't have a lot of time. So let me tell you what I'm doing here. It started with this photo of my daughter, and I had kind of a layout in mind. I started it and it wasn't really working for me, so I gave up on that idea. That's not on film. It was in very, very early stages, but what I did do was adhere that little chipboard frame on my photo. The chipboard frame is from Crate Paper Hello Love. So I had that to work with, and the rest I had no idea what to do. So I took this pattern paper from Crate Paper. I actually posted this a few days ago, the finished layout, on the Hip Kit Club Facebook member forum. So, you know, if you need some inspiration on using the kits, there is so much there. Besides the design team, also the members post the most beautiful layouts, and you can get so many ideas on how to use your kits. Anyway, I love that, you know, crazy pattern from Crate Paper, but it's one of these papers that I have a really hard time using. And then I noticed that it had this really cool pattern that I could cut out and use as a really main design element on my page. And I chose kind of parts of the paper, first of all, that were in the corner, so I could use them on the corners of my layout, but also areas that only had a few colors. You see, the paper has black and white and pink and peach and dark pink and light pink and teal, and I just didn't want that. That was too much. So what I used was, and lucky for me that the paper had these areas that I could just cut out those. I only picked areas with black and white, pops of pink, and the bottom piece has a little square with some mint, or aqua, which I am going to use kind of as an accent color. And then the top one has, I think, a little bit of gray in it, which is, you know, kind of a neutral. So that also helped with getting my color scheme on this layout. And I'm using white cardstock. That really helps to make everything look a lot cleaner. And yeah, now I have these two places where I can kind of use as an anchor for whatever I add. And I'm not going to add a lot. I really wanted to keep this looking clean and bright, and I really like the way it turned out. So I'm just looking for a couple of papers to put behind my photo, and you can see I'm not sure where to place it, and I do like it kind of anchored on that piece of pattern paper, but it's not really working for me. So then I thought, yes, I want to cut that photo. There's nothing really important in the parts that I'm cutting out. I do like to use 4x6 many times, and I do like photos that have some white space in it, so the picture is not super busy. But in this case, I just felt it looked better with my design. And I really like how that striped paper looks behind my photo. I think that pop of like bold black and white really helps my photo pop. And now I'm thinking where to place it. And it's not gonna stay there. I'm going to move it. But since I'm not sure, I try to, move on to something else. And I'm looking at the alphas that came with the January kits. I used the gold ones already, and these ones came, the ones I'm pulling out now, I think they came in the embellishment kit, and they are lovely, but I didn't like the color. And even though they have like this, kind of aqua color, and it does coordinate with the paper, I just didn't like it, and I thought the black would look better. So I went to my stash and I got these great tall, skinny foam thickers that are also from Hip Kits. They were in a previous kit, I think a few months ago, but they are one of my favorites. You can see that it's used, and I think I have 2 packages of them. It's one of those fonts you can always use on pretty much every layout. So I'm going to use that, and even though my title is not really long, I like the skinny font because you can, use it for long titles, or if your title is not that long, then it takes very little real estate on your layout. So my title is going to be Baby Talk, and you see I'm just adhering it kind of wonky. I really like how that looks, and because the letters are so skinny, you can really play with this and it doesn't look too, I don't know, too wonky, because it's, eventually the word itself is so small. So I'm kind of using the pattern paper as a grounding element for my title, but I'm also going a bit freestyling and off the edge there. And I will add journaling on the bottom right corner of the layout, so that's also nice because I have that pattern paper to kind of show me where to start my lines. So I have committed with the photo. I adhered it, and yeah, I really like that place for it. You can still see a lot of the pattern paper. I barely covered anything, but the placement of the photo looks more intentional, like it's not just flying around in the middle. And kind of to tie those 2 areas together, I'm also going to add the date with the same thickers. Again, I really like it that they're skinny because I can add something like a date and the year without it looking too big. Usually you have the title, and then usually, at least I add my date in a little stamp, or I write it. I don't want it to be as big as the title, but I thought it really looked cute here. So this little cute bow, I love it. It's mint, and it's like white, and it has mint polka dots. I really wanted to use it. I think it's not going to make it to the final layout. I wanted to bring in a little bit of that mint because I have it in the pattern paper, as I said before. So I'm just playing around with that idea. And now I pulled out, these are Maggie Holmes puffy stickers, and I think these are from her previous collection or the new one, I'm not sure. Anyway, the colors are quite, they're, I guess, more saturated than my papers here. So it does have that dark pink that I have in the paper, but I don't know, it looks okay, but I wasn't too crazy on it, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it there. I kind of took a little bit of the stickiness away from these stickers before I put them on my layout, so I could move them around if I change my mind. And now, because I have that gold in the frame, I'm thinking about adding some of those gold Heidi Swap stickers. And yeah, I wasn't sure. So the thing is that I noticed now I don't like that gold. So I'm going to cover it. And I have to say, I think I mentioned it in a few videos before, but I really want to give credit where credit is due. I really enjoy watching Soap House Mama, and yes, if you follow my videos, maybe you're you know about my scrappy crush. And I've said it before, but I really want to emphasize it because I think it's really an important thing. Besides liking her style, you know, a style is kind of like a taste thing. If you like it, you like it. If not, not. But I really like her style, but more importantly, I really love her philosophy. And, you know, I could have either tried to make the gold thing work for my layout, or I could have gone and looked for another chipboard frame. I'm sure somewhere in my stash I have a frame that could work here. I probably had to reprint the photo because this frame is already glued. Or you can try and recognize what is not working for you and change it. And, you know, white paint does wonders. And first of all, I got rid of that gold that wasn't working for me, and I added more white that really brightens that area. And I really like that kind of, you know, painterly effect that it gives. I used heavy body white paint, and it just gives a really great texture. So now I thought, okay, I have that chipboard piece. I want to look for another chipboard piece that maybe will work in the top half, and then I found this really cute printer. It's not a printer, it's a typewriter. So yeah, it matched. The size was good, the colors were good, and I'm going to commit to that location a little bit later. I did take off, I think with all these chipboard pieces, a couple of layers. They're really thick, and so if I want to use them, I just peel from their back 1 or 2 layers of the chipboard, and then they are less dimensional, and also they don't have the sticky back, so I can move them around. I mean, the glue is really great, but I want that flexibility of moving them around. So I'm just looking through my embellishment and looking for pieces that have the right colors, and I do love that floral, and I kind of like how it's nestled there in the baby talk, but I'm not sure that it's working. And you see there I peeled the chipboard, and I don't really like that empty space between the photo and the floral. So I'm trying to layer it over that piece of chipboard, and that's not working, and both of them are going to go back to where they came from, the sticker sheet. So now I'm thinking about this cute banner, and what I like about it is I like the fact that, you know, it has this shape that is directional, so it kind of leads your eye to wherever it's pointing, and I really like that there on the frame, and it's gonna stay there. And that chipboard piece also has a little bit gold in it, so I'm going to paint it also, just cover that gold with some white paint. And I thought about tucking that flower behind the pattern paper, and I do like how that looks, but I don't know, I think the floral pieces just didn't work with the whole feel of this layout. It feels to me very graphic and modern, and the floral is kind of more romantic and a bit more vintage. So maybe that's that was the problem. So now I decided I want to add that little banner so I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to cover the gold so that I don't have gold. I just didn't think it fit. Again, I think it's something because that gold has, I guess, a little more vintagey feel. I don't know, it just didn't have the right vibe for this layout. So I'm going to cover that with white paint as well. And I want to add another piece of chipboard, and I want also to bring that mint color to the top, because there's nothing there with mint. And there's these hearts that have kind of half gold, half color on the chipboard sheet. There's also some pink ones, and there was one that had the perfect color, but again it had that gold. So hello white paint, cover it up, and it looks so cute. It looks kind of artsy, and then it matches the bottom, you know, that frame that is also kind of covered in paint. It was just perfect. It was working really well. And I'm just going to add a little bit more paint. And I think that's going to be pretty much it. I will add my journaling, but I don't think I added anything else. You could go on and add, you know, some stickers or some like enamel dots, or add some mist. I think that would have looked cute, some black mist. And you see, I'm thinking I kind of want to add something. That phone is really cute. It's from the also the Crate Paper sticker sheet, so I'm thinking about putting it there, but it's not gonna stay. It's just not working. It's too much. And I think soon it'll switch to the finished layout photos. And I created this like over a week ago, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, so I'm just going through the sticker sheet and looking if there's anything else that would fit. I'm mostly going by color, because then that's really easy and it limits my choices. I really like that cute little arrow, and I think it's gonna stay there. Because it's you know, first of all, it kind of leads your eye to the title and the, oh yeah, the hearts. I'm going to add some hearts. That little arrow leads your eye to the title and then the photo, and also it kind of grounds the title. So I had there in a little plate where I kept some pieces, I had these couple of hearts, and I used them already on another layout. I kind of had an idea, and then which needed a lot of these hearts. These are the cut files are from the exclusive cut files that you can find on the website. Anyway, a couple of them had the perfect colors, and so I added them. And that's my final layout, but the video is not finished yet because I have just a couple. I didn't film the whole process of this second layout, so that's the one I'm going to create. And I was just playing around. This was a lot of fun to make. I wanted to use all the My Mind's Eye bits and pieces. I didn't really use a lot of them on the other layouts that I created with the kids. I used mostly the Crate Paper stuff, just because, I don't know, it had lighter colors and it's just more my style than My Mind's Eye. But I really wanted to use it. I really like to use up my kits. And Susan, if you're watching, I really hope to make a Kill a Kit video this time. Yeah, it's just, you know, if there were only more hours in the day where my kids were sleeping, all these things would be possible. So I just wanted to play around with this layout. And I took one of the pieces of cardstock from the cardstock kit, which is a dark gray. I don't use a lot of dark colors on my layouts. I prefer light colors. It's just, you know, a personal preference. That's the look I like. I like bright and light. And yeah, but we got this dark cardstock. It's a beautiful color for a neutral, and it goes really well with the My Mind's Eye pieces that also have this kind of dark gray in them. You can see, for example, in that paper that I'm cutting now. So I started, you know, I started with the papers, and they had this typewriter, so I cut out 3 in 3 colors, and then I just hand cut these scallops from the pattern papers, just to play around. And yeah, I basically took, I think, all the products from My Mind's Eye and just use a bunch of them on this layout. And what I like about it is, you know, there are areas that are quite busy, but because there's a lot of white space, meaning, you know, space that I didn't touch, just the dark cardstock, I think it looks kind of busy, but not completely overwhelming. So I just added that piece of pattern paper at the bottom so I could ground those typewriters, and my photo has a lot of white space, so I'm going to add the title on it, and it's just a picture of my bed, like it's a king-size bed with a little baby and how small she looks. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this a little longer video for me. I wish you a lovely day. Thanks for watching. Bye.